What's going on, guys? This is another Navy video. This one is going to be based around something that I think is causing some people to panic in the community, and truthfully, understandably so, and that is going to be the development of your Navy while also trying to balance your ground force and air force. This isn't going to be a one-size-fits-all video, but I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, opinions, and perspectives here in this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back, guys. I hope life is going well for each and every one of you. And in this video, I want to hopefully give you guys a little sense of direction in regard to your Navy development while also trying to balance your ground force and air force development depending on where you're currently at in the game. But before we jump in and start talking, if you enjoy this video, get any value out of this video, and want to see more videos coming to the channel moving forward, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. All right, so here's the deal. We just had Navy added to Warpath. I've been playing the game, for reference, for a little over 3.5 years now. If you are a brand new player in Warpath, you are probably a little bit overwhelmed right now. And when I say brand new to Warpath, I mean if you've been playing for 3 months or less, you're probably like, oh my God, when does this end? And it, whatever. It can be overwhelming. I understand. Thankfully, myself and a lot of players that have been playing for a while didn't really have to have this kind of onslaught of all this new stuff kind of flooding at us at once. We had very few officers early in the game. It was strictly ground force units. There was no air force at one point in time. It was all your focus on ground force units and officers, and then air force got added. We've had plenty of time to develop that. And then now we've got an opportunity to transition into Navy where you guys are getting hit with it all at once, but also there's a lot of players that have been around for a little while and that are maybe free-to-play players or maybe, smaller spenders, and it can get a little bit overwhelming on what to do and what to prioritize. So this video is strictly going to be my opinion and my suggestion on what direction you should consider going. Now, here's the deal. In terms of just straight materials or resources, whatever you want to call it, that you need, you don't have to intertwine them. You've got your ground force specific things, your air force specific things, and then now your Navy specific things. And that's good, but also to keep all of them up is going to cost you a lot of either money or gold. And in addition to that, if it's not money, then you're also going to have to invest a decent amount of time to get these resources. Now, I jumped over into the VIP store just for reference, and I have bought a decent amount of this with gold, but you can see just how quickly it can add up in terms of how much gold it can cost to just get the basic stuff out of the VIP store for all three of these different unit types every single week. I mean, you're spending over 10,000 gold right here for the naval armor wrenches, right? And then you continue on if you want to get the extra ground force ammo. I mean, you're talking about a lot of gold. I mean, well over 100,000 gold if you're going to get all of these refined components, all of the ammo for all of this, all of the wrenches for all of this. Like, it can, I mean, look, you're 45K deep just for a single Air Force refined component. You're 22.5K deep just for a single naval force refined component. I mean, it can add up in a freaking hurry. The next thing that I want to talk about is technology. There's currently not any Navy specific technology in the game. Now, I'm not saying there won't ever be. There's not been any confirmation for sure if there will be or if there won't be. I wouldn't be surprised if they do come out with Navy specific technology at some point. Again, that's just my best guess. I truly and genuinely have no idea. But right now, there is no Navy technology in the game. So that right there alone would lead me to want to lean to continue, depending on, again, where you're at in the game, what you enjoy. That's the big one, is what do you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy playing primarily with ground force, primarily with air force, or do you anticipate you are going to really enjoy the Navy aspect of the game? Whatever you enjoy the most is the first and foremost thing that you should prioritize. Second thing is in my opinion, technology as well as accessibility to resources to upgrade those units. As we all know now, Air Force is extremely hard to level up. It takes a lot of time to level up even just a single Air Force unit, on top of the fact that the Air Force technology is by far and away the most expensive tech in Warpath currently, which has led a lot of players to prioritize their ground force unless you are a mega whale and you just spend a ton of money. Then obviously, again, that's an entirely different situation. This is not a one-size-fits-all video by any means. But for my simple suggestion, I would say pick whatever you enjoy the most, pick whatever you feel the most comfortable developing, and where you're currently at in your development process. Now, if you are a new player, right, like somebody like me who's been around for a little while, I've had a chance to develop pretty much an array of things. I've got some good ground force tech. I've got decent enough air force tech. All my base buildings, for example, were maxed out, 100% fully maxed out in terms of levels. And so now all I have to worry about is this shipyard. I don't have anything else that I need to level up. Of course, my walls, but that's not really what I'm referencing here. That's kind of in addition to the baseline levels. But I don't have anything that I really have to worry about in terms of building. So the shipyard is a no-brainer. It's not like I'm going to be spending my resources on anything else other than my walls. So yeah, I'm going to do my shipyard. But if you're still in the early stages of the game and trying to level up your ground force barracks, trying to level up your air force hangars, now trying to level up your shipyard, this is where it can get overwhelming. And this is where it can get a little bit stressful. It can get a little demoralizing. Just pick one. Just pick one. If you are, this would again be my suggestion, but also take into consideration what you enjoy doing the most. But if you are a free-to-play or a small spender, then I would definitely suggest maybe looking at prioritizing your ground force. That's where you're going to make the most immediate impact. That's where you can develop things the fastest. And that's where you might find the most enjoyment out of the game, at least in the early stages of the game. Whatever you do, and I've said this for literally a couple of years now on videos on the channel, but if you are newer and just now finding the channel or haven't been watching the channel for very long, then maybe you haven't heard me say this, but you've got to be, and I've made this mistake a little bit in the past, but you've got to be very like niche focused. If you're ping-ponging around all over the place, whether it's with your officers, whether it's with your tech, whether it's with your building upgrades, then you're going to start to lag behind. Pick something and stick with it. Stick with it until it's done and then move on. I'm not gonna make this video a big, long, rambling video, but I hope, my genuine hope for this video was to give you guys at least some kind of direction, some kind of peace of mind that it's going to be okay. We are all, for the most part, in the same boat. Trust me, I know the feeling where it's like, what do I do? You see some players doing really well in certain aspects, and you're like, okay, well, I got to go develop this so that way I can keep up. And then you start to let other things lag behind. And then before you know it, it's like just chaos. Just pick something and just stick with it. That's what's worked for me in the past. I've trialed and errored both ways. I've done the exclusive thing. I've done the whole let's bounce around from thing to thing and see what works. And then in the long run, when you're trying to do everything, you actually accomplish nothing. When you focus on one thing, you can be really, really good with that. If you have stuck around and made it this far into the video, if you've got access to Discord and are not already in our community Discord server, the link to that is going to be in the description of the video. If you have any more questions about maybe the direction of development you should take, whatever the case may be, if you're just a brand new player, just getting started out and have more questions, want to learn, or if you are a veteran player and just want to come hang out, get to know more people in the community, it doesn't matter. Click on that link. Come join us in the community Discord server. Absolutely everybody is welcome. We'd love to have you. As always, thanks for taking the time to watch the video today, and we'll see you on the next one.